Welcome everyone to the Storytellers of San Diego Storytelling Festival. This is our 10th annual festival, and we usually love gathering in person at the Encinitas Public Library, but we're super glad today that we can gather virtually, inviting friends from around the country to join together with us. Today's session that I'm so happy to invite you to is called Tricks Are for Kids. And this is a storytelling session that really is all about trickster tales. So tricks are for kids, family-friendly stories, in case you're wondering if these might be appropriate for kids, but also adult-friendly. Now I want to tell you just quickly, thinking about trickster stories, what is that all about? Well, throughout time and throughout the world, there are many, many cultures who've used stories of somebody who's a trickster. Tricksters enjoy playing tricks. Sometimes they're mischievous, sometimes they're a little bit evil or mean. A lot of times they really enjoy, well, having fun at the expense of somebody else. They can be clever or foolish or sometimes even both. But we have lots of different examples of tricksters. Some of you might think of Bugs Bunny and growing up of seeing that, or there's even the silly rabbit, tricks are for kids rabbit in the cereal commercials. There are stories of spider stories, the spider as a trickster. There are stories of rabbits as tricksters, coyotes as tricksters, many, many different animals from around the world. So we're really excited today to present to you a number of stories that include somebody playing a trick. And we say this a little bit both in honor of World Storytelling Day and also knowing, well, April Fools is coming up really soon, and that's another good time to think about tricks. So I'm going to start us off with a little story. There's different versions of this from around the world. This particular one was told something like this with the Native American Cree people. And it starts like this. A long, long time ago, at the bend of a river, a rabbit liked to go down every day to get some water. Now, it was the bend of a river, and the rabbit would also notice on one shore there was a large water snake. And you go around the bend on the other shore, another water snake. And this particular day, Rabbit said, I think I'd like to have a little extra fun. So he marched right over to the first rabbit on the near side of the bend and says, hello, hello there, snake. It is me, Rabbit, the powerful rabbit who is here and there and ready. I'd like to challenge you. I think I could probably, well, if we're holding on to a grapevine, I could pull you right out of that water. Well, the snake laughed and laughed and said, you are a puny little rabbit. You could never do anything like that. I said, no, I bet I could. And let me give you, and he found a grapevine, handed it over to him, said, hold on. I will move myself to a point and we'll both pull. Kind of a tug of war. Well, then the rabbit ran around to the other side of the bend and said, hello there, water snake. I'd like to challenge you, and went through the same thing. Gave him the end of the grapevine, said, okay, wait till I'm ready. He ran way up and over the hill so neither of them could see, and then said, okay, ready, go. Well, the first water snake wrapped around, pull. Oh, he was kind of surprised. That was pretty hard for that little rabbit. The other one, pull. Well, they pulled and they pulled and they pulled. Meanwhile, over the other side of the hill, the rabbit started laughing. He was laughing so hard. Finally, the sound came to those snakes, and they wondered what was going on. They dropped their grapevine, and they went up, and they saw there were two snakes and the rabbit. Well, they were furious. They were mad. They said, "Okay, that's it, rabbit. From now on, never, ever can you safely come down to the river to drink again. We have had it. That was not a nice trick." And so they say to that very day, every time Rabbit wants to go down to the river to get a drink, he has to turn himself into a little deer fawn in order to be safe. And that is the story of the tricky rabbit and the two snakes. All right, well, I would like to invite for our next story, a storyteller, Jim Dykman, to come and join me on the screen. Jim is going to share another trickster story with us. So thank you, Jim.